Greetings, beautiful souls, from volcanic thermal waters at Rio Negro in Costa Rica. So we are still in the Pleiadian alignment of energy, and I was meditating in the morning. I was thinking, what do Pleiadians would like to share with us, what they want us to know, what to pay attention to in our healing, in our transformation, our evolution. So let's begin with this. In the May Pleiadian alignment, we all are planting the seeds for what we would like to manifest within this year. The sun in Pleiades connect to our central sun and connect to the sun within us, that light within us, the consciousness within us, which is invisible, but you can feel it. We want to use this Pleiadian sun or the Pleiadian consciousness to empower our consciousness and anything that we would like to achieve. Now, if we are planting the new seeds, new wishes for the new manifestations, naturally something has to go so the new can manifest into our life, right? And that's where the healing comes through, our soul healing, our consciousness healing, our body healing. So the thermal waters, wherever you go in the world, are healing in a natural way. They have a different properties, every single one of them, and I traveled through a few of them by now. And it also depends what kind of the minerals they have within. But we want to look at the spiritual aspect of the healing of the thermal waters. So, if this is the volcanic water, which it is, the volcanic water is heated up with that volcanic fire energy, right? The volcanic fire energy connects to our second chakra, to our creativity, to our happiness, and to our passion. So we are going to look at this volcanic energy as a very passionate energy, as a very feminine energy. Which is very interesting, to look at it as this volcanic energy is actually feminine in the nature. And it can do such a beautiful healing as heat up the water and, heat up and create a healing water. And it can also, so that's very nurturing, right? And it can also get very angry and spit out the hot lava that can damage so many, things, so many houses, and can do quite a lot of damage. So we want to look at it, how does it relate to us? So within ourselves, we have this beautiful, nurturing, feminine energy within ourselves that is creative, that is passionate, that has the ability to literally birth into life anything that we both like to manifest. And then within ourselves, within every single one of us, is this angry energy that when it raises up, it destroys and it creates the catastrophe, right, in our life. When we go like, wow, what we have done, what choices we have done, what were we thinking? Because our actions were taken based on the angry, passionate energy compared to the actions that we take on the nurturing, passionate energy. So that is one aspect of the healing volcanic waters, when you can literally sit here or you can meditate and imagine that you are sitting here and you connect to your inner passion. Now, finding your inner passion, you also have to define your inner destructive energy, your inner fire, and have to be aware of it, that you are capable of the both. And there's a beautiful cold river behind me, so when you're having a nice hot, soak, and you can put the mat on you, then you're gonna go and you wash out in the cold river. There's been time to letting go, and perhaps there's this beautiful, great metaphor up here of go and shocking your body with several levels of from the warm water to very hot water. Now, this volcanic water, from my feeling, from my experience, this is my third day here, triggers the nervous system. Now, if you follow my book, The Embody of Cosmic DNA, the nervous system is the third level of our body and of what you have to go through into the evolution, so evolve, to change your pattern. You go from the chakras to your meridians and organs and your nervous system. So the hot water, warm to hot water, has the capability to shock you. And it's very interesting because I experience a different thermal waters in the different parts of the world, and they really work more in the healing properties of the organ and the healings, and this one definitely works very well on the nervous system. Now here in the Rio Negro, you can request a bowl of the volcanic mud that you can rub all over your body and let it dry. And perhaps we can use this metaphor here or compare that you recognize yourself, you rub this mud in your body, and then when you go and you have to wash it off in the cold water in the shower, you have an opportunity to go into the river, which is kind of cold. You're letting go of all the past, all the dirt, all what you no longer need, what no longer serves you in the positive way, and you make a space for new. So once again, your nervous system is quite triggered. Actually, if I look at it, it's triggered 3 times. The first, you are in the water, then when the mud dries on you, it becomes a little itchy and uncomfortable, right? So every nerve within your skin gets activated. And then when you go into the cold water, it shocks you again. So at that time, you have a choice to either complain and says, I don't like it, or you can have a choice and says, hey, I love my life. What a blessed opportunity this is. And what a wonderful, chances and choices in the life I make. Now, do you have to be here to make that transition, to make that change? Absolutely no. You can have a hot and cold shower at home, and you can just imagine it's coming from the volcanic waters when it's hot, and when it's cold, that's coming from the very cold river. You can play pretend, and you can achieve exactly the same thing. Oh, yes, you can achieve the same thing. I mean, you will not receive these healing properties to sitting here naturally, but you will achieve the same thing. And that is where Pleiadians will really work with you, when we are working on our personal changes and transformations in life. When we, notice within our body, hot and cold, for example, about whatever you like to eat, sweet or sour. When you start paying attention to your senses, and you will connect with the Pleiadians, with your senses. The Pleiadian DNA, Pleiadian energy sits within our heart chakra. Now, within our heart and the heart chakra. So our heart chakra literally, goes through our hands and connects to the sense of the touch, right? And that's where the Pleiadian energy deeply connects to. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy sharing with you. And I'm going to share more. So enjoy this beautiful energy, enjoy the Pleiadian alignment, enjoy the Pleiadian energy from here. And remember, Pleiadian energy is everywhere within the nature. The ancient aliens traveled down to the earth in the ancient Lemuria. And some of them stood here for the thousands of years. So they left all the knowledge within the earth and all around us. All we have to do is to connect to our senses, to ourselves, and start recognizing it and connect it to your knowledge. So this is my sharing for today. Love and light from my heart to yours.